Welcome back to Judicial Dollars and Cents. We're coming to you live at the PILMMA Super Summit in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm with Logan, who's with Claim Angel.
Yes, great to be here,
Logan,
John.
we are going to get into, after we talk about what Claim Angel does, we're going to get into sports. So we'll get back to that. So tell me about Claim Angel.
Yeah, Claim Angel is the first and only marketplace in plaintiff funding. And to break that down is people are in an accident. It takes 12 to 18 months for your case to settle on average. But the average household savings runway in America is about 3 weeks. 50% of America can survive 3 weeks without their paycheck. That's how long their savings is. What we do is we help people get to their next paycheck, their next moment in life where they don't need them, they need money. So what we've done is we help them connect with funding companies to get an investment or a funding in their case. They get money today. They pay back when the case settles.
So what if they lose their case?
Totally non-recourse. So it's an investment. I can't say that. It's a funding in the case. It's a person, the funding company does not check the credit history. They don't check the rent payments on the person. They only check the case. So if the case loses, it's not pay back.
But you're evaluating the case, and if you just claim, then there's some amount that you will advance on that case.
Yeah, exactly. An example would be, let's just break down a simple example. Someone's in a car accident. It's rear end. There's clear liability. You clearly were rear-ended. State Farm is the other person's insurance company. And it takes a couple weeks to get your first offer in, but they're offering $20,000 on your $100,000 policy. You really need that money right now. Your lawyer is saying, hey, I can really get you at least $80,000 on this. You have a really good case, but you can't wait. As a plaintiff, what we do is we help you buy time. As a plaintiff, you get $3,000 today. You're able to pay your bills, survive, and get payment $3,000 today, $3,000 in the next month, and the next month, and you're able to get that $80,000-$90,000 and pay back with what the industry is known for is very high rates. And what we've done is we've created a marketplace, a system that has cut the rate to allow payback on your $3,000 that you got to be $4,000 a year instead of $12,000. And so we made a system that changes the way plaintiffs should approach litigation, legal cases, because instead of taking that low offer and getting to the unfortunate circumstance that they're in, under leverage, meaning they don't have the money, they don't have the time, we've created the solution for them to buy time and get more on their case.
I love that. So you're providing liquidity for these clients and injured, and they need the money. The insurance company knows that. So they're playing the waiting game. They don't want you to hire an attorney. So just, oh no, we'll help you out. But they're really in it for them.
Yeah.
And so who connects you to these plaintiffs? Is it typically a law firm?
Yeah, so we've partnered with the top law firms across the country because our rate is the lowest in the industry. What the law firms do is they send us their clients, or their clients come to us. We reach out to the law firm for case information. We post it onto the marketplace, and 25 funders immediately look at it at one time. They have 25 eyeballs from funding companies to decide, is this case worth funding? And how much do I want to fund them? It's all at one rate, so there's no 50% here, 60%, it's one rate. It's 27.8% with a 2x cap. What that means in simple terms, $5,000 doesn't turn to $10,000 until 4 years. So we've changed the way funding is, because before us, $5,000 would turn into $20,000 in 18 months. So it hurt the settlement rather than helped.
Right.
So people were, like you said, people didn't go to a law firm because they needed the money right away. So they just went straight to the insurance company. The reason we go to a law firm is because we can help them get money today, help them survive and get more on their case. I was reading this statistic the other day, and I can't remember the source, but 40% of people that were hit in accidents or had an accident actually retain a lawyer because they don't want to wait. They don't want to go through the process of getting a law firm. They don't want to wait for the money. They need money right now.
Right.
But people who did retain a law firm get 3.5 times the settlement amount than what they would otherwise. The problem is just the time. No one's really focusing on the time from accident to settlement and the financial stake of a person. They need money, but money's always been too expensive.
Right.
So we created the solution to make money cheaper have a rate lower than the everyday credit card. 27.8% is lower than most credit cards these days. And it's based on the case merit, the case data, and it's non-recourse. It's better. So we help people get to the next paycheck, the next big payment they need to do without suffering. That's what we do as a marketplace.
I've seen this non-recourse funding in the mass tort area, and you'll see not Lloyd's of London, but insurance companies like that will fund these big cases. And they get a huge payout when the mass tort comes in.
Yeah.
But it sounds like in the right situation, you're providing that liquidity, and it's a great solution for your clients.
Yeah, and those mass tort cases often the law firms are getting a line of credit or an advance on their future fees.
Right.
Here, what we're doing is we are funding the plaintiff. So we aren't, the funders are. We're the marketplace that facilitates it, where the people are able to pay for their groceries, pay for the rent. If you have a legal case and you're struggling to pay your bills, you're part of the 50% of America that lives paycheck to paycheck. Funding is right for you now, right, because of our rate, because we beat the everyday credit card. If you are paying your bills on your credit card and you have a legal case, this is better for you. Well,
and I'll tell you the danger in a firm taking that type of money on a non-recourse basis to pay their prepaid case costs, but also pay some operating expenses. Because if you take one of those mass torts on and you don't have the flywheel full of them, you have to pay your operating expenses. If you lose that case, and that non-recourse debt goes away, well, guess what? That's income to you, and it's phantom income because there's income, no cash.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate what we've talked about here. I want to get into your background. So you did college basketball.
Yes, I did.
And you are you're from Miami.
Yep.
And you're friends with who?
Oh, I have a few friends that I grew up with that are playing professionally now. I like to think about them everything they know, but they never say that. I have a couple friends that are playing professionally. One of my really good friends, my best friends, is Zay Flowers. He's a wide receiver for the Ravens.
Okay.
One of my good friends as well is Scotty Barnes. He's forward on the Raptors. And I have a couple dozen friends that I've grew up with that I'm probably the only one that's not playing professionally. I've gone this way.
Well, look at you slacker.
Yeah, I've really struggled on the athleticism side, I guess. And here I am.
But you also know Fernando Mendoza?
Yeah, so went to college with him. We grew up in the same area. He's from Miami, and we went to the same business school together. We talked about business school a couple times, but he's really, I'm astonished by what he's done. It's amazing what he did from Cal to Indiana to now on the Raiders. I'm just so excited to watch what he did.
Well, I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm going to see him.
The Chiefs had a good
twice a year. The Chiefs run is not over, but Logan, I really appreciate you coming on today. How can folks get a hold of you if they want to engage with Claim Angel?
Yeah, my email is logan@claimangel.com. Please reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you. We really built what I believe is an amazing product, something the legal funding industry has never seen. Our rate is 3 times lower than any other competitor. And we do that because we're able to cut the costs of a funding company dramatically. So if you want to come reach out to me, please do at logan@claimangel.com. Thank you very much. We think that we are going to help your clients tremendously in the toughest times in their lives.
Thank you, Logan. And thank you all for joining us on this episode of Judicial Dollars and Cents. We'll see you next time. Thanks, Logan. Thanks for joining us on Judicial Dollars and Cents, presented by Anders Virtual CFO Services. If you found value in today's conversation, be sure to follow or subscribe wherever you get your podcast. To learn more about how Anders helps law firms strengthen their financial foundations and drive growth, visit anderscpa.com. Until next time, keep making smart decisions that make perfect sense.